Now we're going to take care of 2 houses in one.
Shing, shing.
It's going to be a little bit of quick, so we're going to be going with House Arryn and Tulley.
There can be only one fish sigil. This is an unrelated sword. I just like sharp objects being next to my face. I need to shave. But this is kind of dull, so it's not going to work out that way. It's a duck.
So we're going to be going with Jon Arryn.
Jon Arryn.
He started a lot of crap.
All the craziness.
He started it because he got nosy. He got nosy and was looking into Baratheon's lineage.
Basically, if you're nosy in Game of Thrones, you're going to annoy the fuck out of us. I'm sorry.
And he ended up compiling lists. He found out about the bastards that were everywhere. And that kind of got why he was offed.
Snows fall everywhere.
So Jon Arryn, dead.
If you're royalty, keep your penis in your pants. Sheathe your sword and keep it there.
So I don't have anything as much about him because he's pretty much dead in the very beginning of it.
It doesn't matter
But
anymore.
the importance with him is that he was married to Lysa Tulley. She was a crazy, crazy person. But we've got House Tulley.
And cue Butt Cherry.
As I said, Tulley.
Fishy, 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 fishy!
They are crazy. Like, massively crazy.
That's one.
Ah! So we've got,
Lady Stoneheart.
or Miss Stark.
Catelyn.
And then we've got Lysa Arryn. And Edmure. Lovely little blackfish uncle.
Lord Blackfish.
And the boy who needs to get off the tent.
Yes.
Robin Arryn.
Yes.
The only heir to the Arryn right now.
Yes.
Actually,
Who's useless, basically.
he is useless. But he kind of likes Sansa, so.
He's like the female version. He's like, he's the male version of Sansa, basically.
The Lord of the House is Edmure.
Edmure.
And said he's the one that kind of is in
Yeah.
bad luck. Because, yeah,
I feel like he's gonna die soon.
well,
He almost died.
he thinks his nephew's going to win the war.
Yeah. He's not.
He doesn't.
He's not.
His nephew, Robb Stark.
Or
So he's siding with him, but things get kind of crappy.
Robb Stark's dead.
And pretty much, Red Wedding. Robb Stark was originally intended to marry Walder Frey's daughter Rosalind.
Yes.
And instead, he
She was a
marries this
butterface.
other chick, Talissa.
Who was not a butterface.
Both of them weren't that bad.
I
He was
mean,
actually surprised
well,
Rosalind wasn't that bad.
Yeah, the Frey was...
Considering it was a Frey, that's amazing.
I mean, she was just like... beer goggles level of attractiveness, basically. But the one he actually married and put a seed into was not a butterface. She was actually fairly attractive.
Yes.
And she was a foreigner.
She was.
She was a foreigner.
She was a foreigner.
How many brown-skinned people do you see in the north? None. That's like the equivalent of, I don't know, someone from Detroit being in like some random town in Alabama. Not that there's anything wrong with Alabama, but we know that you have some issues with some people of color. Just saying.
Been there, done that. Hi, Alabama friends, but no.
I don't think I know
miss you.
anybody in Alabama. That's surprising.
There's some pretty awesome people there.
I'm not saying there's not, I just don't know anybody in Alabama.
But pretty much everybody I knew was awesome and everybody else sucked.
Okay, back to Game of Thrones.
Any which way. So, we've got this. And he has this red wedding. He gets married to her. And instead of going off to his chambers to get married to his betrothal bed, whatever, he gets captured.
Yep. Yeah,
So, he is captured. He is actually property of the Boltons.
Boltons need some therapy too.
And so yes, we will get onto them. Trust me. We will take care of that. So you've got where he's taken, and finally, after lots and lots of torture that goes on, apparently, you've got, I'm really distracted. Can you quit playing with your sword?
It's like Needle, except
Your wife told you to not pull it out.
And I don't. Democrats don't pull out. Bum, ba,
And so here he is, where we're at this point. He goes from being part of Frey to Jaime Lannister kidnapping. Yay! We've changed.
Yay, cripple hand. I guess he had a hand on that, didn't he?
He thinks he's funny.
I'm not funny. I tell bad jokes.
Yeah.
I tell great dad jokes, though.
He is a great dad joke guy.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I am Dad Joke the Barbarian.
Jaime convinces Emir to basically go into River Run, which Lannister wants. He's going to take River Run. There's no doubt about it. You've got the uncle, which is the Blackfish. He is refusing
Which
to
is
take
not
this.
racist because Blackfish is his name.
It is. That's what he goes by. His house shield is actually basically this, but with a black fish.
Blackfish.
Yes. Blackfish. Say it one more time. Turd.
Blackfish.
So you've got Blackfish here holding up, I refuse to give up River Run, I will have all my people here, and here comes Lord Edmure, says, lower the gate!
I don't think it was that dramatic, though, I'm just gonna say. It wasn't that dramatic. They were talking on a bridge.
Okay, so they were talking, so you don't have to shout up at the people at the tower?
No.
Okay, so, lower the gate! And
it was just like a normal speaking voice. They were talking. It was actually a pretty constructive conversation, except nothing really came of it, so I guess it wasn't constructive.
Anyway, so you've got the house. He is the lord of the house, so his people have to obey. They open the gate and they say, hey, he's going to work for us. No, he just comes right in, nods at his uncle on the way.
Hey there, white guy. Hey there, other white guy. Let's talk about things. Okay.
And as soon as he goes up, he lowers the gate so the Lannisters take River Run. Now, we have the crazy lady. We got Lyssa. She's the one that was married to Arryn. He said, crazy lady. When we first meet her, she's kind of breastfeeding. How old is he?
Yeah, he's like 12?
8?
13?
Somewhere like that.
I don't know.
I don't think he's a teenager yet, but he's like 8, 9.
He looks 13 in the show. So.
But dude was breastfeeding.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's so tall for a 13-year-old.
Yeah. And they actually did her pretty, from what I understand from the book, she was a lot more plump and everything like that in the book. So maybe he was even bigger. Sit on this big lady's lap.
So weird.
It is. It's completely weird. These people are mad. They're crazy. But hey, it's okay. You got Littlefinger that shows up. He shows up with Sansa.
What? Why is his name Littlefinger? Never mind. I don't want to know. It doesn't matter. It's not important. I mean, I have a small pinky.
Maybe that's why he ran a brothel. Incompetence.
There was a joke about that too in season 2. Maybe that's why he did it. That he's overcompensating. It's like the equivalent of driving a Hummer when you're on steroids. You're a huge person,
There you go.
but you have a small needle.
But he decides. Yeah, needle.
That's a penis joke.
It's also a sword joke.
Okay, continue.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Well, I was going Game of Thrones. Anyway, so.
That was 2. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, we have Littlefinger comes up with Sansa, pretending to be his niece or something like that, and he marries Lyssa.
Yep.
He just marries Lyssa.
Yep.
And then there's this big gaping hole that she likes to throw people out of. Well, oops, Lyssa's gone. Out the hole.
She became Nelly Furtado.
She went
like a
flying.
bird. I
No
wanna
parachute.
Fly away. I don't know where my home is. Year later, whoosh, splat. That's
So-
how tall it.
So now you got Littlefinger is in control of this house. And the only one left is the crazy little boy.
Yes.
And he's basically being placated too.
Yeah, but I mean, the way Littlefinger's doing things, he's He's giving him small little trinkets every now and then.
Mhm.
So he's convincing him that Littlefinger is like the best way to go. So he's brainwashing him. He's brainwashing a young child.
Yes,
Which is the
well-
same thing he did to Sansa, basically.
Well, but that's how he was doing it with her, and he says, you know what? I think Sansa's in trouble. You like her, don't you?
Yes.
And
yes.
he's like, yes.
I think she can stay.
Yes, that's basically how it is. So this is what we're going to be wrapping up of House Tulley. I told you it was quick, simple.
People who need to die in Game of Thrones don't die, and it pisses me off. Just saying.
We're
Like-
working on it. But, one more Tulley. But we're going to talk about her a little bit more because she is actually House Stark now.
Yeah.
It's Catelyn.
Catelyn.
Caitlyn.
Catalina.
Everybody calls her everything else. I call her Mama Stark. She's the role of mother.
I call her bad names because I don't like her. But I don't like anybody in Game of Thrones.
Oh, you're going to be so
I
mad.
just watch it for thematic purposes.
You're going to be so mad soon.
Why? The only thing I want to see is Ramsay Bolton die, but that's a different topic. So that's
Yeah, but it has to be a glorious, awesome death.
Yeah.
Because he deserves nothing less.
I hope he gets flayed too. Just because that's his friggin' house banner.
I hope they do something like the Vikings did when they eagle somebody.
What's that even mean?
They hang them up on something and then they cut them out and they pull it from the back. They start pulling all sorts of
Pull
body
it from the
parts.
back. Ah, ha ha ha. Okay.
He's going to be watching Vikings soon, and we will be taking that
Maybe.
on, and he will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Maybe.
Because Vikings,
Not the Minnesota Vikings. We're not sports fans.
I am.
We're not American football fans.
I can agree with that. So, House Tulley.